mademu wanahaga.
You read it.
Mademu wanahaga big watakuwa hagai. Wale wakupenda salon watakuwa Thessalonians. Waluya wa ugali ndio wa Galileo. Mafisi tutakuwa Wafilisti.
Some of these make you laugh. What was your
Of
reaction?
course people make fun out of this. But meaning that they believe in it.
Yeah.
They are very so passionate that when we get into Canaan, we will be different things, you know. There will be diversity in Canaan, you know. There will be Thessalonians, there will be Galileo, those were the Malohias.
So is there room for everyone?
Room for everybody.
Including Fissilians?
Yes.
Mafisi.
During our discussions, he accused me of having insulted him. I also told him he also insulted me. He called me Kimundu Muguruki. Apologize.
Welcome to the bold analysis. The sibling rivalry within ODM party or amongst ODM MPs is quite unfortunate, premature, and retrogressive. I'm shocked today. On Friday night, the house of Lilian Gogo, the Rangwe Member of Parliament, was burnt down into what the family reports as some sort of an arson attack. It is not something, it didn't just happen. And this is bad politics. I don't think the country needs to go, I don't think we need to go that direction. According to the report, Lilian Gogo and no member of the family was there. She's amongst the 5 women leaders from Homa Bay. I think Homa Bay County's broke record. Ivo Bara, Women Rep Bensuda, Lilian Gogo, Amilo Gesagesamilo Diambo, and Gladys Wanga. So Homa Bay County, watano. Even Odinga lying there believed on women leadership. And this attack mirrors what happened to Aduma War. And it is something that is shaking me because we seem to be ushering a phase of political intolerance. And I simply don't understand to what end. I know that ODM party, with its nominations and electoral bullying, but it also brought stability to some sense because someone would be, if an ODM person is given an ODM ticket, he or she will likely 90% win that seat, 80% 1 foot ahead, 1 leg ahead. And then the competitors would reconcile with it, like harmonize that, okay, this is ODM. Now, without its strength, the competition is going to be more genuine. But at the same time, would not want post-Raila legacy to be riddled with sibling attacks, as that has not been experienced by the country. I need to tell our people this. Look at what happened in Mount Kenya. in 2013 and 17, they were all, okay, get 2017. 2017, they were in PNU. They transitioned to Jubilee, TNA. 27, Jubilee. 2022, there was UDA. Look at Luhya Nation. Luhya Nation has never had one solid voice since Kijana Wamalwa died. But still, their voices, it's never been a fight. And I'm not trying to link, I don't have a nexus between the arson on Lillian Gogo's house to Raila Odinga's death. But I question the timing. It is not something that is there. The reality must be there that ODM gravitas in some regions would go down and it would affect the general popularity of the party, as Kipruto Rapkirwa is saying here.
ODM without Raila is another political outfit that we are yet to define. Mm-hmm. And therefore, Orengo is in keeping with the style that he has supported Baba. He has worked with him. He's gone to court several times to petition against the supposed laws. And that tells you that Orengo, just like any other leader, is feeling orphaned by the absence of Raila.
Talking about political orphans, there are many right now who say they've been left orphaned.
Yeah.
And one of the key things that came out strong was the fact that in as much as even come 2027, Raila had hinted at wanting to stand, you know, at one particular point before even the handshake came into play. Could there be a possibility that even right now will ODM stand? Will ODM collapse? In as much as Oburu Odinga has been given acting capacity, there's not any one person who Raila came out and said, I have endorsed this person as the next leader to take over after me when I am no more.
Well, it will be very interesting scene to watch, because ODM has been a very strong political entity, not only in Nyanza, but also in the rest of the country. And I have a feeling it will depend on how they navigate the landscape, given a number of challenges. There is some kind of internal competition, pitting one group against the other, the so-called rebels and the so-called moderates. There is also the dimension of the national or external factor, because I'm sure the current regime would want to hang on the relationship that they had with Raila and overstretch it beyond the current scenario to say that Raila left you people in our hands and therefore let's navigate together the landscape come 2027. All those will play, but there are some regions where ODM is going to reduce in terms of presence and gravitas, and those are some of the regions that I feel there may be a bit of the need to navigate carefully. Have in mind the Western region, have in mind the Ma community, which supported Raila, and of course the people of Northeastern may need to calibrate their politics in a way that ODM may not be so present. The cost will also depend on how the opposition and how the government of the day will approach that particular direction, because cost was largely a constituency dominated by Raila, especially the county of Kwale, Kilifi, Mombasa. Taita Taveta was different, given the fact that there was presence of Azimio through the support of the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka. So how it will pan out after Raila's death is something that will be very interesting scenario to watch. For those students of politics, it is a statement to make, and you can do a paper on that particular issue, because the ODM is still got its own principles, but internal conflict may cause a lot of natural attrition to the extent that it may get some people getting out of ODM and others remaining in ODM that will be slightly shrunk compared with the size Raila has been able to sustain for the last 4 general elections.
And
to this end, I have seen MPs waging wars against fellow MPs. I was so embarrassed. I saw an MP, the notorious MP from Nyanza, chairing some powerful committee in parliament, inciting some locals in Ndori. Ndori ni a market, on your way to Raila's home. Unafika Ndori, ndio unafika Bondo, ndio unaenda Kango Kajaramogi. Unaenda Poda farm. It's not very far. Ukitoka Ndori ndio unaenda Poda farm. It's a 5 minutes drive ukiingia Poda farm, where Raila's home is. So, this is a challenge that people must face. The fighting each other, raising about against others, do not seem to work at this point. And I want to say this: clashes will actually destroy the party more. This is the effect. If you make Nyanza hostile, you'll reduce it to a minority region, if not a swing vote. You know, I believe on competition, on fair competition. But also I believe of unity of a people, unity of a nation. I believe on unity. Remember, our political architecture is still dominant on how many are you. From where you are talking, how many are you? That is why Raila was always a constant threat, because his numbers were there. If you look at his numbers were there. So there's always a question of how many are you? It is in my opinion, the fights are unnecessary. In 2027, I don't know the formula, but it is not bad for Luo to present a presidential candidate. Even be in the ticket, find a way. Find a way. Find a way. Some people say we should be in government. We should be in the next government. Me, I say we should look for that next government. You cannot sit and say we should be in the next government, of going through corridors. No, going in the next government, the people who say we will be in the next government are saying, you know, let's embrace Ruto. Atatupatia ministers. Ministers akiwapatia atawapatia watu wangapi? 2 or 3 or 1. Then we should be at the table to influence policy. Because policy would help watu wengi, a bigger significance than a cabinet secretary given to one person without even budget. Oparanya was given a cabinet secretary for SME. What has he done for Kakamega because he was there? Kuna mali huko siya nani aliweka stima hata sitaki kupiga watu. Another interpretation that would come at this point is the penetration of the alternative voices. For quite so long, the Nyanza county has been dominated by one monopoly, the monopoly of Odinga. It has been dominated that. It has had its own fair share of being disruptive, but also it has an element of normalcy. Things are just normal. People don't think I need to come out of this. I need to think otherwise. But when we embrace, instead of fighting each other, when we embrace competition, we will give the voter a fair chance to pick the people they want, the best. The alternative voices, it's not a must that all all of us, and we used to say it. In 2013, I supported Odour, the current deputy governor. He was vying for governor. In 2017, I supported Rasanga. Not Rasanga, I supported Gumbo. In 2022, I was supporting Rongo. Why? For Gumbo, the other two were not, Gumbo was not on ODM. In 2022, I supported Rongo. I saw new energy, the revolutionist, the person that had been in the national space. So going down there was going to make sure that things work. To our disappointment, that's not it. So now as we talk, I'm seeing David Ochieng. I'm seeing Rongo going to defend his seat. I'm seeing Tuju is in that line. My friend Odour is sitting there. So many. The more we do that, the more they did politics, political parties was a good vehicle for mobilization, for consolidating the numbers. It was a very good tool. However, it did not limit the opportunity for Kenyans or for people to choose their leaders. Emerging voices may actually join the mainstream and mainstream revolutionaries. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my take. I honestly believe what happened in the Arson on Lilian Gogo's house is not the right thing that should have happened now. I'm seeing this video from Tanzania, by the way. I'm seeing a video from Tanzania that there was an MP who was coming to Kenya here to attend the burial and has been stopped, has been blocked. Kwambia, tunasemanga things Raila fought for. Just one of them. Thank you.
Sijafanya kosa. Stop intimidating me. Sijafanya kosa. Tumeanzisha vyama vingi, lazima mvumilie tupingane. Kama vyama vingi ni makosa, futeni wote tuwe CCM. Lakini kuonea watu, no. Mimi ni kiongozi, hamwezi kunitreat kama kichaa. Unachukua pasipoti yangu, una maelezo. Tell me kwa nini unachukua pasipoti yangu?
Mwandikie kwa sababu
niambie, why are you taking my passport?
Mwandikie kwamba bana utakisha.
You tell me.
No.
Kwa nini unachukua passport yangu? Why?
Mpe arudi nayo wilayani.
Kwa nini unanizuia? Mimi nataka
mpe arudi wilayani. Wewe mpe arudi wilayani.
Kwa nini?
Shika.
Wewe umesababisha.
Hapa ni Kenya bana.
Muuliza huyu aliyesababisha mambo bana. Wewe nani? Wewe kwani nani?
Wewe ni nani?
Kwani hana watu passport. Wewe mna hana mtu passport. Unaleta kioza hapo unasema watu wanapiga kelele.
Nipe passport yako.
Niachie mama. Tulieni.
Usipige kelele. Sasa nikisema wewe ni nani na unijui pia. Naomba kwa kelele ile chini. Kama kwa sisi hapa sisi sawa. Watu sawa.
Sonda, wewe bwana Sonda. Mimi ni kiongozi. Wewe ni kiongozi. Sina kosa. Kama kumpinga Samia ni makosa, mseme. Niambieni kwa nini mnachukua passport yangu? Full stop. Mimi naenda kuzika na nimewambia naenda kuzika na rudi. Mimi ni kiongozi.
Kutoka tuklia hapa sote tupate kutoka. MC tafadhali wewe.
The members of the press, I'd like to say a few things about the situation that we found ourselves in today. None of us knew that the time had come that my dear husband, Raila Odinga, was going to leave us. But since the time has come, we have to deal with it the way it is. I just want to make a small statement concerning the situation. I know Raila was loved by his people, his family, his community, his party members, Kenyans, Africa, and even many parts of the world. The way I'm saying this is because I've received condolences messages from many, many parts of the world. Tomorrow I hope I'll be able to read for you. Now I want to appeal to our people. I want to appeal to our people that we must mourn Raila in peace. It is a solemn occasion. It is not an occasion of confusion. Things work better if we do it in a solemn manner. I want to appeal. I've been to many international funerals. I was in the funeral of Nelson Mandela. I was in the funeral of Winnie Mandela. I was in the funeral of President Magufuli here in Tanzania. It was a solemn occasion. It is only through the still voice that we can be able to hear and understand one another. Now, I wanted to say something small also in Dholuo. Nyithindwa